In this video, I want to share my system for doing timing with tarot. A lot of times it's pretty easy to decipher how things will happen, but everybody always has the question of when. There are a lot of different ways that readers like to do it. There's some that will even just pick a specific deck that is only for timing. Sometimes they will use dice. Sometimes they will use a pendulum and things like that. My preferred way with tarot, I have kind of mixed together different ways that I have found through research, studying tarot, and things like that. None of them are completely consistent, I have found, and since I read intuitively anyway, this is all I can say is that this is the way that I do it. I hope it will be kind of helpful, and I hope I can explain it pretty clear. Again, because this is just the way that my brain operates, it might be a little tricky to grasp the concept, but I will do my best. So I only use the minor arcana for timing. In the rare case that I am trying to pull one card for timing and I get a major arcana, I kind of just judge that by the meaning of the card and the situation at hand and make a intuitive decision. I usually like to keep things pretty vague because, as we all know, as things change, people change their mind. The course of when things will happen can change as well. So I prefer to only use the suit cards when I can, when it plays out that way. So with our 4 suits, I generally decide in correlation with the 4 elements. I have, this would be summer, this would be spring, this is fall and winter, or sometimes fall and winter. People will change the cups and the pentacles often. It just depends on how they like to do it. They will even sometimes put the wands in spring because we have new growth, but to me, I see the wood burns on fire. Fire is hot like summer, so that is summer for me. You know, it plays out with those months, and even still, it can work out to where it's not just by season, but I have days, weeks, months, and years. So, you know, it's ignition is quick, flashpoint is very quick, takes a little longer, you know, wind, while it may be speedy, it's not as fast as a flashpoint, and so on, and gold is eternal. You know, you can melt it down and reuse it multiple times. So again, these two are often flipped. That's fine, whichever works best for you. But this is just how I like to read. Beyond that, we will get to a point to using my cups here as an example. If somebody is, you know, asking when will, you know, relationship finally hit a turning point and be serious or anything like that. And, you know, if it comes out with a 5 of Cups, I'm going to suggest probably about 5 months. We still have a lot of pain that we're getting over. We still have a lot of growth we have to do internally, and it's going to take time to get there. There's a lot of things that, even if it's an official relationship, even if we finally defined it as what it is, it might still take 5 months until we realize that this is going to be a stable thing for us. You know, when can we get the next job promotion? It might be 2 months, the way that I would read this card. You know, there's still a lot of negotiating that has to happen. There's still a lot of things that you need to decide for yourself what you want. They need to decide what they really need and go through the process of doing interviews and stuff like that. And so it may take 2 months. That makes sense that it could take 2 months before you finally hear back from some employers. It shouldn't, but sometimes that happens. So I use the number on the card as well as the elemental or the suit, or however you want to describe it, as telling me what sort of unit of measure, and the number gives me roughly the time frame, the numerical time frame. yeah, again, it's not an exact science. Sometimes things are difficult. Like if somebody said, when is he going to finally ask to marry me, and I get a 10 of cups, well, that would be 10 months. Could be reasonable, but if she knows he already has a ring, it might be closer than that. You know, it can suggest that depending on what the rest of the cards are telling you, you know, you might finally be engaged sooner than that, but you might not actually get the ball rolling on the actual marriage and planning things for another 10 months, which is fine. There are a lot of people that do that. They'll get engaged, but they don't plan the wedding for another year, year and a half or so later. You know, not everything always goes the way that you want it to, and it's a matter of trying to, you know, gauge the rest of the reading with the timing of the way that things are going and the questions on hand. So I hope this has been a little insightful. I hope it has helped to clarify some things, or even given you different ideas on how you look at the cards in the way of timing. Again, like I said, every reader is going to do their timing different. Some even use a different deck and things like that, which is fine. I see no problem in that. I actually have a Moon Oracle deck that I absolutely love for timing, but in the way of tarot, I always use the digit for a numerical reference, and then the suit in the way of units of measure, whether it's days, weeks, months, years, or even potentially never. The major arcana, I just go in strictly intuitively about the meaning of the card and what the question on hand is and other things that surround it. I really, in my head, it really makes sense with the days, weeks, months, and years. You might find you have a different idea in your head, and it really is up to the individual reader to make their decision on how it goes. But this is the way I like to do, and I hope it's given you some inspiration on how you can maybe decide for yourself how you want to do timing for tarot. Again, I've done a lot of research, read, you know, different books and things like that. And this is just, I found out there's no real true answer, because everybody does have a different answer, and that's perfectly fine. So I said, you know what, then I'm going to make my own answer. And so this is what I came up with. So there you have it. Timing with tarot. Hope it's helped. Go ahead, like and subscribe to, you know, follow with more videos that I will be putting up soon here. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and leave me a comment below, and I will be doing my best to help clarify if I can. If you're looking for an individual reading, go ahead and reach out at keltheart.com, and you will see my full list of services and products there. Well, thanks for watching. I will chat with you guys later. Take care.